I put out something like 300 records by the time I was 26 years old.
If we just take regular albums, this is your fourth album as UNKLE. Between science fiction and Neverland, there was a 5-year gap. Between Neverland and War Stories, 4 years, and now 3 years. What does it say about UNKLE nowadays?
Well, I think we're getting a bit more productive as far as our musical outtake goes. I mean, actually, within doing War Stories, we've done end titles and end titles redux. We did a film about Abel Ferrara, a documentary about Abel Ferrara, the soundtrack for that. We've done numerous other jobs from, you know, kind of the more commercial world of television and advertising, and there's been a lot of music. I think we've done about 100 songs in the last 3 years.
So it means that this is really a productive period for you now?
It's a productive period, but I think there's many reasons why. And probably, for me personally, one of the biggest reasons is that I don't do MoWax anymore. So it's sort of the energy that you had to put into that, you put into one project, you know. And it's a community of artists as well, because it's collaborative. You're not based around a sort of a core group of, you know, a typical band situation or one singer or whatever. So it allows you to be a lot more productive, I think, in that way.
For you, does it also, well, you were saying no more MoWax. Can you say when you made that decision?
To finish MoWax? Yeah. When it finished with XL, I mean, the last record that came out on MoWax was Neverland. So after XL finished, I did that record, and I just thought that really, to me, MoWax, in retrospect, was more like a band than a label. And it was, not in a similar way to what I do with UNKLE, it was a collective of individuals. And at its height, those individuals were at the height of their, you know, sort of, we were naive and the world was sort of, anything was possible. And we, you know, there was this great group of people, myself, Tim Goldsworthy, who went on to do DFA, Ben Drury, who's designed all the MoWax records, my records, he's designed for Nike, for Dizzy Rascal, you know, Will Bankhead, who has designed all the Honest John's records and did like The Good, the Bad, the Queen with Damon Albarn record, you know, he designed that. Shadow, La Funk Mob, you know, it was a great, you know, there was Nigo in Japan, there was the Beastie Boys and Futura in America, and all those things together created this great kind of worldwide community, sort of band-like aesthetic, where it was sort of band of brothers, really. And once that kind of filtered, you know, I think that MoWax was never really going to grow out of that.
But is it for you, can you say that, well, you were saying that, well, you stopped MoWax and so you could, in the end, you could concentrate more on music?
I didn't stop MoWax to be able to continue on with UNKLE. It's just that MoWax had finished, and, you know, from that point, I had the opportunity to do this, to do Neverland. And I thought, you know, what else am I going to do? Fuck it, I'll make another record, and took it from there. And I did release that under the MoWax banner, but really, MoWax kind of died when it finished with XL Records.
Just for you, can you say in retrospect that you had more focus now? You have more focus on the music?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I put out something like 300 records by the time I was 26 years old, so I think I was pretty focused then. So
still the same then.
Yeah.
Okay.